Do I look like anybody that would split anything?
So you guys broke up at that point because
No, this is the question. Do I look like I would go 50-50 on bills?
No.
Okay. So yeah, that was ridiculous. But he addressed that too though. I don't even know why that even became a thing. Yeah, that was never an issue in our relationship, but it was definitely a rumor on the internet. But no, there's no bill splitting. But I think that to each his own. If people like to split their bills with their man, I think that's what you should do. I don't do that.
As what's going on, I want to thank everyone who is watching. It appears that we will be discussing Kayla Nicole once more. Kayla Nicole has a podcast. Were you aware of that? I suppose she also chose to discuss the BS on her podcast. She had to redo it due to criticism that the man she had dated for almost 5 years had abandoned her to be with Taylor Swift and hasn't looked back. In fact, he is now engaged to her. That became very popular. So much so that Kayla Nicole must answer it once more. All right, let me tell you this, Kayla Nicole, is someone who has embraced the divestment and swirl lives, so much so that she promoted an interracial emoji while she was dating Travis Kelce years ago. She was so ingrained in that way of life.
Who got you now? What's the situation now? Who got you now?
I'm in the free market right now, man. I'm out there just enjoying life, focused on my profession, and got my feet up outside of football.
And the story.
I'm outside though.
You had a girlfriend for a while, very public. The story that you were too damn cheap.
Man,
that story was crazy, man. I needed out the horse's mouth.
How crazy is
man,
that?
So he blew through money the first 3 years. So now I'm watching him listening. I'm like, he's trying to change his life.
Don't buy into that shit. Don't buy into that shit. I'm not saying I would never say that I would support her. She had a very financially stable life and what she was doing in her career. But you got to be crazy if you think I'd never helped or gave her a couple dollars to grab some food, or she gave me some money to go get some food. We were in a relationship for 5 years.
Yeah.
$100 here and $100 there wasn't even thought about. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which is ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. The city boys thought we had us one, didn't we?
And have you all noticed that she hasn't dated anyone since the breakup? Because he is still in love with this guy. He served as her savior. He was the white man she had always desired to date. I say this because she hasn't moved on while he has. You see that Travis has changed and no longer dresses in the same manner, don't even speak in the same manner as he did in his early career years ago. Do you know why? He did all of that in order to blend in with his teammates. However, because Travis is an ambitious guy, he views Taylor Swift as a means of achieving fame. He uses Taylor to raise his profile and co-hosts a podcast with his brother. The mainstream depends on her.
Travis Kelce is the reason why I express to Black women that you cannot just date any and every white man. Like a lot of non-Black men, Travis Kelce was fascinated with Black culture, so he took a dip into it. But Kanye West said it best: as soon as they get put on, they leave your ass for what? Not only is Travis Kelce an opportunist, but he also just didn't want to go through the challenges that comes with dating a Black woman. And I'm talking about racism. For instance, yes, more than likely, most Black women voted blue. They don't vote red. And we have noticed that Travis Kelce hangs out with a lot of MAGA folk. Meanwhile, obviously, a billionaire like Taylor Swift, and not only that, a white woman who's questionable about her political views. She just doesn't like who's in office. You can go see my last video on that. But at the same time, she's going to be a little bit more flexible with who you hang out with and not really care. And they're going to be more likely to accommodate her because she is a white woman. But they're not going to do the same for a Black woman like Kayla Nicole. And I'm not discouraging Black women from dating outside their race. I actually encourage it, but I just want Black women to manage their expectations when it does come to dating outside their race and not thinking that the grass is completely greener on the other side, because you too could end up like Kayla Nicole.
To Kayla Nicole. For the time being, she was just someone. I believe she has also reached that conclusion. We essentially know her from being with him and the fact that she essentially made a fool of herself in this relationship. So she's going from podcast to podcast discussing this guy until she has her own podcast, and we'll discuss him once more. What's funny, because there was a rumor that he had cheated on her and started dating a white woman when I talked about their breakup a few years ago. Travis Kelce actually replied to a tweet about my video on Twitter, because I post a lot of my videos there when they go live. He said that it wasn't true, which is why he ended his relationship with Kayla Nicole and ended up with Taylor Swift. Because he and his brother are complete opposites, this man wants to follow in his brother's footsteps. Travis Kelce would be considered somewhat of a wigger. Isn't that early in his career? Perhaps you have a hint of the Black scent when you're dating Black women. Once more, his brother is the complete opposite of him, but you can see that as he ages, he and his brother become more and more alike. I believe Kayla recognizes that too, which is why she continues to lose it after being apart for
Hey
a
guys,
few years.
Kayla here. It's always been really important for me to use my platform not to create division, but to elevate and unite women, Black women specifically. So I prepared a letter and would like to share it with you today. Dear Black girl, they may call you a traitor for falling in love. You'll hope the ones closest will protect you, but you will quickly find out that people don't protect what they don't value. They'll say you're too much, too provocative, too boisterous, too outspoken, and in the same breath tell you that you're not enough, not successful enough, not wholesome enough, maybe not even intelligent enough. They'll say you deserve the backlash and embarrassment. Because of your Blackness, you should have known better. They'll even try to tie your value to your net worth. But Black girl, please remember your value lies elsewhere. Your value is deep within your heart, the way you love, the way you give. Your value is in your resilience, your willingness to forgive. The way you protect what means most to you, even if it hurts you along the way. And the way you stand up for what means most to you, even though they may not ever do the same. But Black girl, respectfully, let me stop you there because you don't have to participate in this tumultuous, often one-sided journey. Preserve your heart. Even when they try to quantify your character and test your boundaries, you do not have to engage. You do not have to respond because there is power in your silence. And you can use that same power to silence the noise and the self-doubt. Silence the voices within that want you to give in to this demoralizing and antiquated narrative. Tap into that power. Because I know, girl, the rage of the world is loud. But Black girl, your God is louder and your tribe is stronger. Your blood runs deeper and is filled with strength. And when you finally find the strength to speak your truth, it is your voice that will help heal. Because Black girl, let me tell you, you're not in this alone. And even though sometimes I too ask, why me?
Now let's get started. After receiving constant criticism for openly talking about her romantic history with her ex-boyfriend, Travis Kelce, Kayla is defending her right to repeat nonsense. What's funny, they would call a man a stalker if he did this. He must stop bothering her. She has moved on. You're in pain, correct? But because she can, she is permitted to do this, correct? In a recent episode of her pregame podcast, the sports journalist responded to her detractors once more. Since I don't believe that people have that power, I don't necessarily fear being canceled. In the episode that aired last Friday, Nicole gave Heather Sanders, a special guest, an explanation. For what reason would they want to cancel you? You are not expressing a contentious viewpoint.
Well, Kayla Nicole, you don't shut up talking about Travis and Taylor. So yeah, they come after you. Like, no shit. So they are perfect. That is kind of like the Angel thing when she was obsessed with Caitlyn, and then Caitlyn fans.
People are making fun of you online, that's what people do after all. The internet is this. You are well known. Talking about your ex has become your profession. Despite what people may think of her, Nicole stated that she believes God has a plan for her and that haters cannot alter the course of her life. We can all see that you haven't moved on from him, Kayla, you are sobbing over this man on a reality show. We are aware that you still feel the same way about him. We are aware of this, but I'm sensitive. I've been triggered, she acknowledged. I wish to get my name cleared. I'd like to talk about it. Nicole claimed that she never addressed the issue and chickened out in the hopes that it would simply go away.
Travis Kelce proposing to Taylor Swift is a prime example of how Black women are constantly overlooked when it comes to commitment, longevity, proposals, weddings, and these men choosing us. Prior to Taylor Swift, Kelce dated Kayla, who was a Black woman, for over 6 years. And that wasn't enough time for him to realize he wanted to be with her, to build a legacy, to propose, to commit. But 2 years was enough. Now, somebody might argue me and say, well, maybe Taylor Swift was more his type. Maybe that may be true. But how is a girl not your type if you're with her for 6 years? If you ever been to a college graduation and you see the graduates, have you ever seen the young white women and how they have their rings already? 23, 24-year-old women already proposed to because there's a plan. They have a plan in life that they know that they have to get married, start family, start legacy, and build up from there. When it comes to Black women, they just want to make us baby mamas and leave us, and they just want to never commit fully and not treat us the same as far as being chosen like other races. And the fact that women are really not in control of proposing, we're waiting for these men to give us what we deserve, but it just never comes. Therefore, we then have to leave. Therefore, that we create a broken family, a broken household, and it continues and continues until Black men start choosing us like other races choose their people, their women, until Black men start choosing us, the narrative is never going to stop. The broken family dynamic is never going to stop, or Black women have to be chosen by other men, and that's not always a given either.
Without mentioning any specific controversy she was a part of, no one is discussing her. No one. She's referring to the 5 trolls who have posted in her comment section. She simply disregards all of the compliments she receives, but she becomes agitated when she sees 5 trolls. People do that. This is the internet. If you hadn't been appearing on all these podcasts discussing him, Kayla, no one would have been talking about you. Taylor Swift's fans probably wouldn't give a damn about what you were doing. Nicole continued by saying that instead of merely talking about her experiences, people assume that she is doing it to get attention when she does address issues. I also worry that when I address issues, people will assume I'm just trying to repeat nonsense all the time rather than discussing my personal experiences. I'm just a human who wants to talk about my life, she said. We don't trust you, Kayla. All right, you had many chances to avoid discussing Travis, but you chose not to do either. We can tell when a woman is in pain. We can tell when a woman is upset, and you're upset and resentful. You haven't. Kayla, when was the last time you were in a relationship? Why haven't you moved on yet? He has moved on. He has absolutely no desire to be with you.
Listen, I am so happy for Taylor Swift and her engagement. She deserves love. All the heartbreaking breakups she's been through over the past decades, she deserves her fairy tale ending. But Travis fucking Kelce, I'm side-eyeing him. You know what I mean? Because his dating history, what do you mean? You've dated nothing but women of color and Black women, and then somehow you switched up your persona and now you're engaged to Taylor Swift. Something is not sitting right with me and that man. Happy for Taylor Swift though, but Travis fucking Kelce, he doesn't seem like a sincere person. There's something, cause what do you mean? The last few women you dated were brown. I don't know, the pattern's weird, the pattern's weird.
Travis Kelce has single-handedly ended a tradition that dates back in our communities for generations. And that is, once you go Black, you never go back. Like, I get it's Taylor Swift. I get it. But the rules are the rules.
Sue me, sweetie. Jesus, she continued. In the past, Nicole has also defended herself for being candid about her relationship with a tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, whom she dated from 2017 until May 2022. Kayla, in multiple interviews since he began dating Taylor Swift in the summer of 2023, Nicole has discussed her relationship with a 35-year-old football player. She even denied rumors last year that they split up because of Kelce's frugal behavior, saying on the Unapologetically Angel podcast that she would never go out with someone who splits the expenses equally. Yes, Kayla, you did. He didn't pay anything for you, as you yourself stated. He didn't give you any cash. Bills are paid by you. You were crashing out. This was just prior to their breakup. She was ranting about how she doesn't have the money to shop at certain stores since he isn't giving her any. She must have forgotten that. Nicole sobbed shortly after being dragged by Swifties for disclosing details about her relationship with Kelce. Once more, they didn't attack her without cause.
But if I got engaged and the only thing the world seemed to care about is what my fiance's ex-girlfriend was doing, and you have Page Six and TMZ writing articles about her reactions and stalking her page, and you have my friends going over there to see what she's doing, and everybody's talking about Kayla Nicole compared to me, baby, give her an award because she did her big one. She left an impression. It's giving Black girl magic, Black excellence. Because even though I had 9,365 ex-boyfriends and made an album for all of them, no one's checking for them. But you know who they are checking for? My fiance's ex. Yeah, give her an award.
They didn't. What's intriguing about this is that she unexpectedly attacked Cam Newton. She was dating Travis at the time of this. He had to break up with her because of this. She attacked because, you know, Cam Newton and his ex were having problems. I created a video about it. She suddenly attacked Cam Newton. She chose to attack Cam Newton even though he didn't say anything about her. She can't stop talking about Travis Kelce because she wanted this white man to love her. So I suppose Taylor Swift fans are saying the same thing to her. This is the mentality of these depressed women in Western culture. We can therefore understand why you are always crying over this man, because you would have moved on if he had been black. I have no idea why I'm phoning Kelce. Because he's white and has moved on, you're crying over him. You would have moved on by now if he had been black. You see, this is the result of entangling your self-worth in a man's race. He most likely was aware of this. He distanced himself from you for this reason. He knew that you worshipped my whiteness. Damn you. That's probably not even how you like me. My whiteness appeals to you. Now, this is her life. Kayla is not an ugly woman. How come that he hasn't moved on yet? Because he made her feel good about herself. And since self-esteem cannot be faked, we all know that these here's have a little to none of it. Your self-esteem will always be low, regardless of the surgeries you have, the number of selfies you take, or the number of images you display of your body. The model stated on the I Am Athlete Daily series that she handled things with grace after the podcast was released. I believe I provided the best response I could to the questions. I didn't care how the general public interpreted things. She even revealed how the public's perception of her daughter offended and hurt her mother. But what matters to me, though, are the conversations I have when my mom calls. Let me stop it right here, Nicole said. I don't want this video to go on forever. Let me explain. The issue with contemporary black women like her is this. This relationship consumed her completely. She didn't realize how much she had to give up to be with him. She most likely adapted her life to fit his schedule. He didn't give her any money, as she herself stated. Her bills were not paid by him. She wasn't taken shopping by him. According to her, this said these things. He was definitely not spoiling her. So if it wasn't 50/50, it was something like that. He's white, which is why she did all of this. And for that reason, she continues to cry over this man who has moved on. She continues to discuss this man on her podcast. She has been doing this for the past 2 years since their breakup. I don't want to talk about that, you could have said with ease. Why don't you discuss your other ongoing activities? Yes, exactly. You're not idle. This was even featured on a reality show. Do you understand what I mean? Travis is a man in his 30s. He will soon be retiring. He is becoming more and more like his brother. He wants to be extremely famous and has moved past that yo bullshit he wants to be in Hollywood, I think. One way to do that is through Taylor Swift. He's a driven individual. And it seems to me that Kayla Nicole is simply unaware of that. She is still in tears because she genuinely believed that this man desired her and wanted to wed her, but that is simply untrue. Please share your thoughts in the space provided for comments below. Tell me what you think, share and like the video.